All right, if you do not have this paper in hand ready to go, do you see how much these people? So I want you to know these directors are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. How many of you would like to have $5,000 in 24 hours in your hand? Okay. How many of you would like to work 4 hours on a weekend and make $5,000? Yes, please. I see that there. Seriously. Oh my gosh. And let me just tell you what I love about the holidays. And I never know if there's a lot of men on here, so I'm just going to throw it out there. But men, when do men shop? Who knows when men shop? 24 hours, 48 hours before Christmas, 72 hours. Yeah, something like that. So it's all last minute. Yeah, exactly. Wrap, tagged, and ready to go gifts. So you need to be totally aware. So tonight we have a panel of 5 directors. It's not on me, it's on them. So I want to just say thank you to the directors ahead of time because they're going to share their wisdom, their thoughts, and their ideas. And the holidays are great, but there's a lot of strategy to this. And if you're new, what I asked each of the directors to talk about, if you're new and you're like, I don't even know where to start with this. And that can happen too. So you want to make sure that you are ready for the holidays and ready to make money. Okay. So, but I want you to know you have to have a wrap tag ready to go gifts, including tax. And if you're dealing with men, it's a 20, a 40, or $60 because most men have in their wallet 20s. Okay. So they don't do change. Don't do change on men. Don't do tax on men. So figure it out, round it up, round it down, whatever, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Okay. They're super easy to deal with. Um, it's so funny. One of the things I love about some of the holidays with men is it's not Mother's Day now, but if you asked like 4 weeks before Mother's Day, what are you getting your mothers for Mother's Day? They'd be like, wait, what is it this weekend? When is it? So it gets a little bit, funny because they're really not engrossed into the Hallmark dates. So anyway, I have 5 amazing directors who are going to share tonight with you. And I just want to thank you all ahead of time for this because I think this is really important. And of course, you'll have the video to go back to and look at. But I want you to understand it is the holiday season. Tonight, before I came here tonight, I had just needed some time away from my office today. So I went to Hobby Lobby, which I walked in and was like, what the heck? There's Christmas trees everywhere. And Halloween and Harvest is 60% off. Wait, we haven't had them yet, but they're 60% off and the Christmas trees are up. So if you don't think it's the holidays, let me tell you, it's the holidays. So I hope you are ready to take notes, to learn from these directors. And so I just want to thank them ahead of time. I'm co-hosting them all, so whatever they need. And by the way, whatever they share tonight, if they have a flyer or anything like that, we have 2 director Facebook pages. We will post them the Facebook pages for directors and directors. It's on you to give that information out. Okay. Secondly, as of 3 hours ago, I posted all the events for October. Consultants, for those of you who know, we do a lot of great Wednesday and Thursday virtual events, and those are all on posted already to the 2 director Facebook pages. So make sure, directors, you are involved in that. Okay, are you ready? Hannah, you are up first with the 12 days of Christmas. I'm going to turn it over to you. You're good on this. So I'm going to give it to you, Hannah. So, Hannah, give it up for Hannah. Hannah, go for it, girl.
Hey everybody, hey, it's Hannah DeCurl again. Yeah, we have over 400 people on, 419 people. So I just want to say thank you for taking the time. Forgive me, I talk like an auctioneer, so I'm going to try to slow down. All right, so I'm here with what's called the 12 Days of Christmas. And if you know the song, the 12 Days of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. Um, the concept is a person will get a gift every day up until Christmas Day. Okay, and it is a tower of gifts. So 12 gifts. I went to seminar many moons ago and I passed by a vendor who had 12 boxes stacked up almost 5 feet high. And I was like, what in the world is that? Like, who wouldn't want that under their Christmas tree? And that's where I picked up the idea. The first year I did it, I sold 5,000, almost $5,100, 17 towers. And I had so many to deliver. They didn't even fit in my car. Okay. So I've modified it a little bit, and y'all, I have a packet. Everything's going to be posted. Just pick what you like. You don't have to do every one of them, okay? But the 12 Days of Christmas is packaging 12 Mary Kay products, also a gift card in a tower. And I'm going to show you the one I have now. You can't even see it all, but there's 12 gifts. And if this box set looks familiar to you, is because Mary Kay offered it to us one year as Christmas. You don't have to use this box. We do have vendors like Lasting Impressions. We have a Court of Achievers. We have Peterson's packaging. There's all of this, and I have the links to every one of the websites so you can get it. Okay. And the theory behind it is, like Janice said, it's tax, title, and license. Everything's in the 12 gifts. The man does not have to shop. So who is the customer? Any man. Okay. Y'all go to a dealership. My husband has been in the car business, and that's where I got most of my men to buy the gifts. Dealerships, oil change places, tire places. Y'all, they will buy one for their mom, their wife, their daughter, and their secretary. All right. And I will also tell you, you're going to get one that's empty. Y'all, this one's empty. There's nothing in it. And you're going to take this everywhere you go. And the key is, of course, to have business cards. You're going to get orders just by carrying this with you. Like when you go to lunch somewhere, the post office. Y'all, one year I went to a high rise. I lived near Houston, and I rode up and down the elevator, and people were like, "What is that?" And it's gifts. Okay, how would you like to have one? Me and my husband were sitting and eating lunch, and somebody said, "Oh, you must have been good." And I'm like, "No, I have these. Would you like your wife to get one?" So it's 12 gifts, and y'all already have on in the document the pre-list for each. It's $199, $249, or $299. If you want to round it up to 200, 250, and 300, you're welcome to do that too. Most men pick the middle package, okay? And I just say, I offer a gift giving service. How would you like to not have to shop, not have to go to the mall, and I deliver it to you for free, okay? And then they'll say, "What do you have?" I say, "Well, I have 3 packages. What is your wife worth?" And then I don't say anything after that. All right. I tell them the packages. Rarely do they want to know what's in the packages, but y'all, it's strategically picked. It is generic products that you don't have to know their skin tone or their skin type. And depending on the level, $199, $249, $299, of course, is going to get the most product. I also have some substitutions in here in case something sells out. Like I do have Mint Bliss in all 3 of the boxes, but I don't have the fuzzy socks listed. In case the fuzzy socks sell out, you still have the Mint Bliss to put it in. Okay. So my suggestion for you is decide where you want to get your boxes. You can do a tower box. You can also do it in a roll-up bag. Okay. You can also do it in a gift basket of boxes. Okay. Lasting Impressions and Court of Achievers have tags you can put on each box. And you do have to deliver, which you might want to write this down. You have to deliver by December 13th because the first gift is presented on the 14th. They can either have the tower there and their wife or whoever's getting the gift take one gift at a time, or they may want to hide a gift and let the person getting the gift find the gift. However they want to do it. I've also had men give me a gift to put within the 12 gifts, and I always include a gift card and, of course, my business card, and this is all in the packet. And the gift card helps you pay for the packaging because the packaging does cost. Okay, your gift card, you're giving away a $20 gift card, it only costs you $10. So the other $10 is paying for your packaging. I always just use Mary Kay products unless they ask me to package something in there, which I will also do. And I will tell you, have extra ones made when you go to deliver, because when you deliver this, you're going to get some more orders. All right. I went to the dealerships. They always have beautiful Christmas trees, and they let me put that gift at the Christmas tree so everybody could see it. I actually got one other gift just by displaying it in the dealership. And then the last thing I'll tell you is I was training at a success meeting, and one of the consultants who was brand new, y'all, a brand new beauty consultant, went nuts over this. She sold it. I think she sold 16 of them, but 12 of the wives who got these gifts joined her team. She became a sales director by selling the 12 Days of Christmas. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you run with it. And absolutely, you could sell $5,000 worth of 12 Days of Christmas.
Hannah, you are so amazing, girl. Thank you for sharing. Okay, you're like, wait, what happened? So 12 Days of Christmas is 12 boxes. I loved your basket. Hannah, can you show that basket again? That was super smart, super sharp to do that. You can put us there. Thank you for that. And also too, she is going to post this on all the national, on our 2 Facebook pages for the directors. So you guys, this is a really great. So men get kind of like, what do I do? So this is the 12 Days of Christmas. It starts on the 13th. Is that correct, Hannah?
Of course, you have to deliver on the 13th, so you're going to have to start asking now. I mean, it's not too early. October and
Okay.
November, you can start asking now. You can even call your customers' husbands, okay? Like call your customer and say, "Hey, I know I can get you something good for Christmas. Give me
Yeah.
your husband's phone number."
And
You
they
can do
can
that.
put anything extra they want in there, but the whole idea is it comes from you and it's all packaged, wrapped, ready to go. So every day they wake up on their pillow, is that kind of the idea? There's a box on their pillow, in the bed, in their office, something. Is that kind of correct?
Right. They can hide it. That's what my customers have done. They hide it. Yeah, I've gotten calls from wives that say, I would have never gotten a gift if you hadn't met my husband and given him this. I'm like, well, I'm glad I'm not married to your husband. But anyway, yeah. So I've gotten thank you gifts. I've gotten customers. I've gotten team members from doing the 12 days of Christmas. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you, Hannah, for that. Love your hairband. And just so that you know, every idea on here is going to be posted. So you guys are freaking out in the chat section, like, how do I get the information? We will post it, okay? But take notes, you guys. Scramble, take notes. And you guys, it's about doing lots of different ways in Mary Kay. Okay, so number 2 tonight is Katie Pruitt. She's on the go. She has this amazing baby basket. So I'm going to turn it over to Katie. So Katie, you are next up. Katie's one of our beautiful directors in Mary Kay. So go, girl, go.
Hey, Janice, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Hannah. I love the 12 days of Christmas. So my dad did that one year and he started that whole 12 days of Christmas out. And it was like he'd put it by the coffee pot and he'd put it by my mom's toothbrush. And then then he got crazy and he started hiding them everywhere. So you guys you got to coach, we got to coach in Mary Kay. So coach your customers. So my holiday baby. Okay, Janice keeps calling it a baby basket. It's my holiday baby. Okay. So now if you have a baby, right, you don't leave it in the car. You can't leave a baby in the car. It's too hot, especially I'm in Texas. I have a Christmas t-shirt on because that's what we do in Texas. So your holiday baby goes everywhere you go. So if you go to Starbucks, it goes in with you. If you go eat lunch with a girlfriend, it goes in with you. If you go to the gym, it goes in with you. Why? Because you can't leave your baby in the car. Okay. So this holiday baby is filled with all kinds of things. Okay. So I've got a couple of different things in here. I have my charcoal mask, the Footsie Rolls. We did the Court of Achievers, and I have so many cute things. Court of Achievers has the cutest things this year. And guys, what this is really just it's kind of like a mobile vending cart, right? I've got my snowman, my mint bliss with my snowman and my socks, all the things, satin hands, because I love all the Court of Achievers things. So not only is this a great way to sell to people wherever you go, of course I carry catalogs. I also carry slips for people to fill out so they can actually get my drawing to win something out of my holiday baby, right? So this is my holiday baby basket. And guys, if you don't want to carry a basket, it doesn't have to be this big. This is kind of a heavy one. I actually stacked it for tonight. But I also have, because some of us go and do like working women, like honoring working women. Okay, so you can kind of turn your working women basket. This is my working women basket. And so these are my wood roses that I pass out when I go to my working women's event. And then I have a few Christmas items in here. Of course, I do have the information to be able to get the little slips to get names and numbers. And so it's super easy, guys. Wherever you go, you can take your holiday baby with you. You can go do working women events and take that with you as well. But it's just super simple and super easy. What you need to do is get what you have. What do you have on your shelf? Get that wrapped. You can wrap it in. We have the boxes. I think Hannah just talked about the 12 days boxes. I mean, we have all these cute little Mary Kay boxes. You can wrap them in anything. You can just wrap them and have them and just have different price points. And I think Hannah went over this and Janice has told us before, you really just want to have like a certain price point. It's not like $14 for a hand cream and tax and you're figuring all that stuff. Like just do $15 or just do $16, whatever you want to do and have it ready to go. This is another thing Court of Achievers has. This is the micellar water with a little, it says goodbye makeup, hello clean, and I've just blinged it out. So make it fun to where people are gonna be like, "What's that? What's in your basket? Is that a gift for somebody?" I've brought this to networking events, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, who is that gift for?" Like they think the whole thing is a gift. It's not, but it has different things. And so I will tell you, you will sell all different types, all price points from a hand cream all the way up. And this is also a great time if you run into men, because Janice and Hannah both talked about this. If you run into men, say, "Oh, Well, I have a 12 days of Christmas, which you can introduce that. So it's kind of just like a networking thing for you to be carrying this basket around. So that's what I have, Janice. Super easy, super simple.
Right, so that is your baby baskets everywhere. You know, it's like you go to the bank and you're going to make a deposit. You have this basket with you, and you put it on the, like the counter. And people are like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I had this with me." Like, I already know I had this with me. But anyway, so it goes everywhere you go, and people are curious, like, "What is that?" So that's the whole part to this. It's like, what is that? What is in that? So thank you, Katie, for that. And I'm sure you get a lot of great opportunities for that too. But remember, wrap tabbed, ready to go. But simple, easy price points. You guys, if you do well, that's this plus tax and shipping and breathing and don't do that. Okay. So it's not a good idea. All right. Thank you, Katie. We so appreciate you for that one. All right. Now, businesses. How many of you, like when you talk about business, you're talking about dentists, doctors. Oh my gosh, dentists, doctors, storing those things. And then, like your CPA, all those things. So Diane Covington is up next to talk about businesses, how to sell to businesses. So Diane, go for it. Your microphone is off.
Oh, that would help if I would unmute myself, huh? Thanks. Okay, so some of you, as you're hearing these ideas, some of you might be thinking, I don't have the confidence to walk into a car dealership, or I don't, like some of you who are confident in your Mary Kay business, you're like, I'm going to crush it. I'm going to sell 10,000 bucks. And some of you are like deer in headlights, like, give me something simple. So I'm going to tell you honestly, selling to businesses, at first I was extremely intimidated. I envisioned myself trying to get an appointment with like the CEO of Comcast or something. And I'm thinking, no, you can sell a ton of product to middle and small businesses, and the loyalty will blow your mind. So grab a piece of paper and jot some of this stuff down. So first of all, you might laugh at this, but you want to keep it simple. Because if you get into a really complicated wrapping and you're going to bling everything out, and someone says, great, I'll take 30 of those. If it takes you 10 minutes to wrap each one and somebody orders 30, that's 300 minutes that you are now investing in just wrapping. So all I'm saying to you is that I love a lot of Court of Achievers and all that stuff, but just make sure what you're doing is simple. Okay. Because what you're really doing is you're providing a massive convenience. Okay. Second thing you're going to do is you're going to make a list of where you do business. Now, before you roll your eyes at me and say, well, Diane, that's obvious. I want you to think about who do you pay money to? Do you have a gardener? Do you have a CPA? Do you have an attorney who's ever done a trust? I don't care if they did your trust 10 years ago. Do you know anybody? Who do you literally pay money to? Do you have a pool service? Do you have daycare? All of those things. Okay. So I want you to make the list. Then where you're going to really add to that list is think of friends, family, and customers. How many of them own a business? Maybe he's a general contractor and he has two people doing his books and his payroll, or he or she has, different people on payroll. Who do you know who owns a restaurant? They want to offer gifts for their staff. You all know people who own these businesses, but let's take it a step further. What if you know someone who works in these businesses? How many of you know someone who's a daycare provider? They work at a daycare, right? All you need is to ask them, hey, who's in charge of your daycare? Like who's the head person, or who owns the daycare? You might ask a nurse. Who do you have who's the head of all nurses? Ask the teacher, what's the name of the principal? Can you give me their contact info? Right? Then you're going to ask a server, who's the restaurant owner? You could ask for senior nursing places are great. Who do you know who works in a boarding care or a nursing home? The staff, not the residents, they get adopted grandparent stuff. That's a whole other topic. But the staff needs to be pampered. Okay, so you're gonna make this list. Now, also wherever you have facial boxes, if you have a facial box in an ice cream shop, there's already that loyalty or that connection, or maybe you have it at a dress shop or a shoe shop or a tanning salon. You've already got a connection with that person, so use them. All right, so once you've you have this list. One option is to put out a letter. And I'm just going to share with you, I'm going to show you the letter really quick. It will be posted. There's nothing magical about this letter, but sometimes you just need something to have. So this is just kind of a generic letter letting them know that you have an exclusive personalized gift buying service. And that's really important. So this letter will be posted. I'm not saying you have to use this letter, but this letter could be your outline when you make a phone call. Because you know how when you make a phone call and you're nervous and you kind of like, you fumble and you almost want to hang up and call them back so you can do it over again. So this letter just might give you that option. This will all get posted. All right, so now you've got this connection. So first of all, one of the biggest objections you're going to hear is, will we give a bonus? And so there's actually a sheet that I'm also going to post. It's called How to Overcome Objections. And it's from Nancy Mosier when she was a top director. So it's old because she's been a national for I don't know how long. But she talks to them about and says, well, you know what? I know a bonus is great, but I find that when you give a little personal gift with the bonus, every time they use that gift, they'll think of you. They won't think of you when they cash the bonus or the gift card or whatever. Does that make sense? So you're trying to personalize it. One thing you can talk about is right now, employee appreciation. This holiday is going to be at an all-time high over the last 8 years. Reason for that is after COVID, a lot of people lost their jobs. This is an opportunity for employers to make their employees feel valuable. And the number one reason people left their jobs 2 years ago and last year was lack of appreciation, not lack of pay. That, and it might have been lack of pay as well, but they said I would have stayed for less pay if I'd been appreciated. Here's a chance for your businesses to do something. All right, so now you've got this big long list. All right. When I would start with somebody who you know you're going to get a yes from, because what does a yes do? Build your confidence, right? So you're going to ask your dentist, male or female, say, and you can literally just say to them exactly like the letters say, these are the words that I use. When you are doing gift, hold on, I'm trying to find the exact words that I use. Sorry about that. No, so I basically just asked them, I have an executive gift buying service and I'd love 5 minutes of your time to see if that might be of help to you. And they're like, I can give you 5 minutes. Now, I love doing these on Zoom or in person. I don't like doing these over the phone because you can't show them what you're trying to do. I did learn a valuable lesson a few years ago. I just kind of went in with 3 different price points before I asked them. I said, well, I have gifts in the 20 to 25 range, 40 to $45 range, and 60 to $80 range. And the guy said, oh, I was planning on spending about 100 on my executives. And then I thought, oh, I just shot myself in the foot. So you want to, before you even ask, before you show them price points, you want to ask. So ask them, do you need multiple price points for different levels of employees? Like, are you buying a slightly more expensive gift for your leaders or your management team versus the rest of the staff? And he or she might say, no, I'm buying the same gift for everybody. And it's like, okay, great. And then you always want to ask how many will be for men and how many will be for women. And what I typically do is then I find out. So if they say to me, well, my price point is between $60 and $80. And I said, okay, great. Can we set up a Zoom appointment tomorrow at 2:00 and I'll have some things ready and wrapped to show you. And they're like, great, I'll jump on Zoom with you. And then you jump on Zoom and you show them things. I will tell you this is available. I'm not a Section 2 girl. I always try to avoid Section 2, but these boxes are great because they're very hard. They're sturdy. They look professional. They're great branding. Those are available on Section 2. And so I last year reached out to a restaurant owner. I said to him, he said, hey, have you bought gifts for your entire staff yet? And he says, no, I'd like to do something really special. I said, well, I think I'm your girl because I can make you look like the best employer of the year. And so I made, these were for an all female wait staff. And he said he would spend, I think it was up to 70 or 60 bucks per woman. He said 2 of the gals don't wear any makeup at all, but the other 3 do. So I made 5 boxes, all customized. He was so grateful that when I saw him last week, he says, can you please take care of me again this year? So just saying that those are the kinds of things that can create that constant stuff. When you meet in person or on Zoom, show them a couple choices. Like if they say their price point is 60 to 80, you might say, well, I have this, which is satin hands, satin lips, mint bliss. It's all spa pampering plus socks. Or we could do a brush set with blah, 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 whatever. So give them price points. Ask, after they buy, ask for a delivery date because you want to know, do you need these for the holiday party? Is this something you're going to give? Because they might say, yeah, our holiday party is December 3rd. And you thought you had to wrap until the 18th or something. So always ask when they want to deliver it. I usually ask for a 50% deposit and the rest on delivery. That's up to you. I know a lot of people are trying to bundle things or do a buy now, pay later kind of thing. But I would highly suggest, even if you know the staff, even if you are good friends with this person, still ask for a 50% deposit because that gives you the money to buy the product. All right. Then once they buy and you ask for a delivery date, one of the last 2 things you're going to do is you're going to ask who, and use these exact words because these work. Who else do you know that would benefit from my professional gift services? Now, my dentist referred me to 2 other dentists. My restaurant owner friend referred me to his uncle who also owns a restaurant and another person who is his accountant. So I was able to get just from 2 businesses, 5 other business referrals. So ask, who else do you know that would benefit from my professional gift services? And then lastly, in each gift, you want to not only put your label on the product and your business card subtly tucked into the gift, but I always include, and I tell the owners that the whoever's buying the gifts, I said, well, I'm going to include for free a certificate for a spa pampering and a $20 gift certificate. Now I put on there that it expires January 15th. They have to redeem it with me. And that's on a customizable PDF, and I can include that on the thing. But that way, you never know. One of those people might be a former Mary Kay consultant from years ago or a former Mary Kay customer from years ago that want to get reconnected. And so I offer them a pampering session with a gift certificate. So you guys, businesses, honest to goodness, are one of the easiest things to do. You guys honestly know in your phone and your contacts probably 20 businesses that know you well enough that would like to know what executive gift buying services you have. So hope that helps.
All right, thanks, Diane. Please, everybody's posting their stuff, so I appreciate that. I want to just share something really quickly, you guys. Also, too, thank you, Diane, for that. And I know that she's going to post all that stuff for you on the Facebook pages, so directors pay attention to that. But here's what I do know, you guys. Go on to Google. Google is your friend, and type in Mary Kay Holiday gift certificates, and you're going to see so many up there. So what I want to challenge every consultant to do is to look at the gift certificates and put down $25 worth of free Mary Kay at your makeover event or whatever you want to do. But put those out, roll them up with a candy cane, and hand them out to everybody you see between now and Christmas. You never know where your name is going to go. And I would just say, hey, put this in your wife's stocking, all your customers, all your people, all the workers, all that stuff. Give them a gift certificate. So you guys, there are gift certificate templates made on Google, Vistaprint, all those things, but make sure that you get those together, put your name on them, roll them with a candy cane, and hand them out. Hand thousands of those out, you guys, because I do believe if you hand them out, people, you never know where your name is. Okay, so that's super important. Okay, and
Yes, I
everything
have a
shared
bunch that are
tonight.
editable, so I can see if I can post the editable ones so you guys can just customize them yourself.
Perfect. Thank you, Diane, for that. And we're going to put all that together. And by the way, Yemi says, do you have notes for tonight? I'm like, no, Yemi, I don't have any notes for tonight. I have no idea what they're going to say. And so I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate Yemi, who's trying to follow us all on Spanish with this. Like, did you see her sweat up there? She's doing this in Spanish. Yes, let's please give Yemi as many hearts and claps as possible because I have no idea what she does. Okay, so let's be clear on that one. Okay, number 4, Greta is going to do on the go. So who's out there on the go selling constantly? So Greta, go for it, girl. And Greta, I have to say one thing about Greta. Greta and I go back way back to the beginning. We have the same national. Greta, we have been together for 40 years plus.
More than, yeah.
Yeah. So
I
thank you.
remember your first seminar, Janet, or Janet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know you. Janice, your first seminar when we met at the check-in desk at Lowe's Anatole. And Diane and Janice and I were all pregnant with our first children at the same time. Right?
Wow.
Now they're
Greta,
having children.
I love seeing Greta on all our stuff because she's family to me, although she's not blood family, but she's Mary Kay family to me because she was our national family. And I've been in Mary Kay 43 years. And Greta, we go back all the way to the beginning. So thank you for being on here tonight. Thank you for the rich heritage and top director. So Greta is going to sell on the go. So go for it, girl.
Thank you. And I have to say, I am a top director because I have a top unit. It's them, not me. I run to keep up. They're so good. Anyway, yeah, this is so much fun. And one real quick thing about our Mary Kay history with Janice. One time we were at leadership, and we're not allowed to do this anymore, but do you remember we had 5 people in a room, a little tiny corner room at the Hyatt Hotel? We can't do that now. Now they have fire codes. Anyway, so just a little fun fact. Yeah, so on the go selling, and some of the stuff will be a little bit repetitive, but I have a twist on it. 10 points. I have 10 points for you, 10 steps. First, this is the first thing you really want to do is put forth the feeling of confidence, that you have confidence. And I have to tell you, years ago, I started doing this with a consultant because we were scared. Like somebody else said, we did not have the confidence to do this. And so we went as a team, and that helped a lot. So grab a buddy. And the next thing, well, that was number one. Smile. You have to smile. You have to dress, or you want to, I should say, dress professionally, appropriately. It doesn't have to be like a suit or anything like that, but you don't want to look like you just took a break from cleaning your house and you're going to sell some products. So just make sure you look the Mary Kay part. And of course, full makeup. Full makeup doesn't have to be false lashes or anything. Just, make sure you look sharp, sugar sharp. Number two, car dealerships. The way I started, I had a timer I was going to start. Okay, we'll start it now. The way the way I started with car dealerships is I had a friend who had a cousin who worked in a car dealership. He was in sales, and they work long hours. And plus, most of them are men. So I had a contact person, just like a lot of the other directors said. If you have a contact person, you go in to see that person, and I'm going to tell you what to say and do and everything. And then they are not going to want to be the only ones. They're going to say, oh, hey, Joe, come over here and see what, or go see, John over there. So really, you want to, okay, so that's car dealerships, tire places, like someone else said, gas stations. But you know what? In New Jersey, we don't have to pump our own gas. So maybe if you're not in New Jersey, I don't know how you go to a gas station, but places where they fix cars. And also, like a lot of other directors had businesses where you go. And also, I want to add something in here because no one has touched on this. And I know open house is next. If you don't do an open house, which honestly I have not done in years, because we live out rural and different stuff, but I will take my on-the-go basket to my customer and when I'm delivering, or I'll ask her, I'm going to be in your area. Do you have a minute? Do you need some help with your holiday shopping? And you bring a list, the gift list, which I don't have, but they're out there, of different people that they would want to buy for, and you help them to figure it out. So it's just making a connection with people. Number three is our attitude. I will tell you guys, honestly, attitude is everything. If you put your heart in it and you have the attitude of helping, selling is helping. It's not trying to talk somebody into something. An attitude of helping, and get the dollar signs out of our eyes. Mary Kay always used to say that. When you take the dollar signs out of your eyes, everything works out. If you don't even think about how much you're going to sell, it all works out. So attitude is so, so important. But you also want to have a positive expectancy. Just know and tell yourself, whoever I'm seeing, whether it's a customer at her home or a guy who works in a car dealership, tell yourself ahead of time, he is going to, or they are going to be so happy that I stopped in to help them because they need my help. They're going to be so glad. They're going to thank me when I leave, and they're paying me. And another part of that is, do you love what you're showing? Honestly, I am not a fragrance girl. I don't really sell much fragrance, but if you show what you like, you're going to sell it because that feeling will come across. And also, would you give what you're showing? The way it's wrapped, packaged, whatever. And like everyone said, keep it simple, classic, simple, like cellophane and ribbon. Super simple. You don't have to get too tchotchke. Don't use curling ribbon though. And if you're going to use tape, make sure it's like they say it says invisible, but it's not invisible, transparent. Oh, here's a good one. Okay, this is number 4, in case anybody's keeping track. Okay, so I always bring a little tin or dish of Andy's candies. This one's getting low. It goes in all my customer orders. It's kind of become my trademark, but I keep it in my little basket of stuff that I'm showing. And the first thing I do is, first of all, I say, have you finished your holiday shopping? Can I help? And they'll be like, "Oh, I don't know. What do you got?" And I'll say, "Oh, here, you want a mint?" And everybody loves Andy's candies, right? Besides that, their blood sugar goes up when they have sugar, chocolate, and they're in a buying mood. So always bring Andy's candies or some nice, if you bring one of those big truffles and, one bite and they can't say anything and you can do all the talking. Anyway, but that's not the point. We want to ask questions. So that was number 4. Number 5 is you're kind of already did that. Is it tempting? Is your basket tempting? And a lot of people talked about that. You saw them classy, simple, no curling ribbon because that doesn't hold up very well and it's kind of cheapish looking. Number 6, you want to pair products together. Sell sets. I one of my little pet peeves during the holidays is putting so much effort and cost of packaging a hand cream to make, what is it now, $7 profit. People have a certain amount that they want to spend on a gift. And if you're only showing little tiny, $10, $15 gifts, they're going to go somewhere else to get the rest of what they want. So anyway, I asked them, just like Diane did, what's your price point? Well, first I asked them, who do you still have to get for? And then if it's a guy, he might say, my mother. And then I'll say, well, tell me about her. Does she like to garden, cook? Does she like to pamper herself, work out? Does she travel? And then I know where to gear it. And then we always do, let's see, that was number 7. Number 8, then I'll say, okay, what is your price point? Are you thinking like $100? You say that first because that stretches their thinking, or more like 20 or somewhere in between. And they'll tell you what they have in mind. And then, okay, so then you take it. Some people, I will tell you, we have had guys say, well, how much is the whole basket? And I think somebody else said that. And they will get the whole basket for whoever they're buying for. But okay, so say, for example, 2 choices. That's number 9. 2 choices. You always want to give 2 choices. So say whatever answer he had for what she likes or does or anything, then you say, well, oh, you know what? And you want to be excited about it to help them figure this out. Do you think she would like just like a fresh scent, like kind of unscented, but fresh and clean, or something with more of a scent? So I'm thinking of, the Hello Clean or berry vanilla apple almond. And then if he's like, oh, something with a little more scent, this is what I'll do. And even if it's like satin hands, we have different fragrances of satin hands. I'll let them smell both. And I took the wrappers off of this, and you just kind of squish it a little bit, and the air will come out and they can smell it. I'll say, well, tell me what you like better, this and then or this. And they pick one. So you're helping them to narrow it down. It's like selling 101. Always 2 choices. This or that. And I say, oh, do you want to do a taste test? They're not tasting really, but we just call it a taste test. And then he's like, well, I don't know. That's a little too fragrancy. Well, how about this? Of these, which one do you like better with the fresh, clean, whatever? Okay, so always 2 choices. Oh, I have a 9A. Oh, and then who else? Once we figure out what they want for whoever they're looking for, who else do you have on your list? And then he might say, oh, well, and I'll say, what about your girlfriend, your wife? Not both. Anyway, we're not going there. So, and if he says, oh, well, I'm getting my girlfriend jewelry or wife jewelry, whatever, I'll say, oh, do you want something really special to go with her jewelry? Because that'll just make it, do you know how you're wrapping it? You can wrap it in this, da, 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 whatever. So putting stuff together. Oop, there's my time. And then number 10, perfect timing. Set up. So you can do this one of two ways. You can either set up a delivery date. And what I'll do is I didn't bring a sales slip over here. They're over there, but either way, write up his order on a sales slip. Like Diane said, get half down. If he doesn't know you and he's not comfortable with that, set up a delivery date and have him sign it. And then he gets a copy, you get a copy. Or you can do cash and carry and you have everything wrapped up, back up in the car. And, the stuff that you're showing, set in a hand set, you just put a ribbon on it, a little shred inside maybe. Let's see, oh gosh, one of the first, this is the last thing. I have a couple of customers still who are from that car dealership from like more than probably closer to 40 years ago. And one of them was just a girlfriend, and then she became his wife. I did the makeup for their wedding. Now they have kids. The kids are getting married, and she's still my customer. And another one, he to this day will get his wife, he'll say $300, just give me a $300 basket at Christmas. And so those, they will stick with you. And teachers, somebody said teachers. Diane, I think you said teachers. You can set, if you have a customer teacher or know a teacher, well, we all know teachers, but know a teacher well enough, she can be your hostess for that hour that they have to stay after school. And you go into the teacher's room, you bring a can of cookies, they make a pot of coffee, you put the Christmas music on, and they shop. I remember like $1,000 doing that. So much fun. They get permission from the principal. And that's all I have.
All right, Greta. Oh my gosh, girl, you're so amazing. Like my head is spinning. I want to start all over, but I'm not. One of the things that you guys can do, thank you, Greta, for sharing all those things. This is all the things that are super important. And just thinking about how you work with businesses and just on the go selling and all the different ways. One of the things I would suggest you do, and if you don't have a flyer, they are on my website. Every bag that you goes out, whether it's a reorder or a husband's gift or anything. Like we did a bridal event in Europe 10 days ago, Daniela and I, my DIQ over there. And in every goodie bag, there was Mary Kay information in there about our company, like how we make our money, our marketing. So you guys, this is an opportunity. I don't know how many of you are interested in getting a free car, becoming a sales director, making a lot of money. Probably many of you, but in every pink goodie bag, those plastic, they don't have them over in Europe, so I took them over there with me. I smuggled them. Those are those, I think you had 100, like those little small bags, the pink handle bags, okay? So I will tell you to have them with Mary Kay information so that they, you never know where your information is going to go, you guys. You don't know. At our bridal event, 10 days ago in Europe. Thank you, Greta. That is exactly what it looks like. Can somebody put her on here with me? That is the bag you need. If you guys do not have thousands of those, you're crazy. That is the bag we handed out at our bridal event. And at the bridal event, we put samples in there, but we put Mary Kay information in there for everybody to take home. So everybody, you guys, even if it's the man's receipt, put information in there. This is your opportunity. You never know what could happen with your information. We put 75 bags together. My DIQ has 17 parties booked and 11 people joining Mary Kay because we put the information in the bag. So don't negate that, okay? And of course, there's a coupon in there attached to a candy cane because you found a gift certificate that you love on Google and you typed in Mary Kay gift certificates for the holidays and you saw it and you think, oh, that's great, let's do it. So you guys, seriously, this is an opportunity for you to do this, okay? There's so much out there. And if people say, I want to make money and you don't do these things, okay, I have no clue. By the way, I forgot to say, on the beginning of tonight, we're giving away 5 Kate Spade items tonight. Oops, sorry, missed that memo. It's been a day. So if you have not, as a consultant, put your name in here and who your director is, you're not in the drawing. So make sure you put your name in there. It's on section 2, Danita. Section 2, pink bags. You'll see it on there. Make sure you put your name in there, who your director is, because you want to make sure you're in the drawing because we have 5 Kate Spade items to give away. And I want you to all know that next Tuesday is the last day of the month, and you need to finish your order this month to move on and get going. I'm concerned about Mint Bliss, and I'm just going to tell you this. Every year, Mint Bliss has free socks. And every year you can talk to the directors. People are like, I ordered Mint Bliss, but then I don't get the free socks because you waited too long. Okay? So if you guys will order the Mint Bliss and get the free socks, you are the smart people. Do not wait till October. It's probably not happening in your lifetime, okay? So please make sure that you do that, okay? Look at all those people who want to be in the drawing now. I knew that. Sorry, Carla, I killed you for that one. All right, open houses. And I can tell you in my 43 years of Mary Kay, I did one open house and I was good. So, I mean, I know Karen is amazing at this. I do not do this really well. I became a national. I'm good with that. So, but Karen Cronover is our girl too tonight for open houses. So, Karen, I'm turning it over to you. Go girl, go girl, go girl.
Okay. Hey, I was trying to start my timer. That was such a great idea, and I don't know how to operate it. So, oh, you'll just have to keep up with
It's
me.
okay, girl. I'll tell you when to shut up. No, I'm just kidding. Go girl.
All right, y'all. Listen, there are those mixed feelings of do one, don't do one. I've had them, and I've split myself in Crazyville, and the years that I decided kind of to do one, they were a flop. And the years that I totally went on it, like set a goal for big bucks, set a goal for attendance. When I didn't have the numbers, it works better that way. So I want you to think about there's 2 teams on this. Okay, there's the gals that have been in more than a year. Okay, more than a year or 2. And I'm going to talk to y'all the longest. The gals that are new, haven't built your customer base yet, don't have a lot going yet. I'm going to give you the top things to do first. Okay, so if the other stuff overwhelms the season, the girls that have been a long time, just do what the new girls are going to do. Okay, so I've seen my consultants that are new, they get real discouraged. And I was new my first year in Mary Kay. I joined the very last day of August, and my directors was like, oh, order Christmas. And back then it was so funny. And I didn't know how to do it. I put one product in each of my rooms in my house. It was a disaster. Only person that bought anything Christmas for me that year was my mother. And I was so thrilled over that. But I gave it a whirl. I fell flat on my face. So I thought Christmas is hard. Christmas is, nobody wants it. And then I got a different attitude and I set a new goal for sales. And so for the new girls, I want you to keep it really simple, baby. Like complicated, this isn't your year to be complicated. This is your year to pick 3 to 5 of our core products, not limited edition, core products, 3 to 5. And I want you to buy 5 of each of those. You just make a decision. If you want to do satin hands in bulk, if you want to do body care in bulk, if you want to do brush sets in bulk, just 3 to 5 of our core products. And then figure out your wrapping and keep it so simple that if you don't sell them, it can flow into Valentine's, or it can flow into gifts with purchase, or it can flow into hostess gifts. Okay, so don't make it so Christmas specific. Just festive, bright, pretty colors. And keep your wrapping so simple. Clear cello bags, bright colored ribbons. Okay. And then you're going to be the go girl. You're going to go and show and sell. You're going to take your basket and you're going to get new customers, and you're going to be the gift girl, and you're going to do those things and build your confidence. You're not going to spend a lot of money or time on refreshments. If you have it at your house, don't do it. Just go. Just say, I'm having a go and show and sell party. Can I come and go and show your people? And do stop in shops. I call them stop in shops. But that's as simple. You can put some battery operated twinkle lights in your basket, and that is your simple. I just want y'all to all go, oh, take a deep breath. Oh, you can do that. You can do that. Okay. So now then, if you have a customer base, if you have a following of anything, 30 or more people, I'm going to talk to you about some of my home run hits that I've had great success with open houses. I moved a few years ago away from my base where I started my business, and I thought I'm not going to do an open house. I don't know, but just a few people here in town. And lo and behold, I held one here, and I did it virtually. I went ahead and set up everything, did it virtually for all my other people away from me. And it gave me the confidence to gather up some people new to me and get them to see my products and see what my business was about. So I do recommend, if you've just moved or something, to do something like that. But first thing you're going to do is pick a date, commit to a date. I have found that like last year I did it early because we had fall retreat right there where I usually do my open houses. But if it's the first or second week in November, that's really a great time. I will not do it after Thanksgiving. So up in the top part, either right before Halloween, first, second week in November, great times to pick dates. If you don't have a large group, you want to do it for like 1 or 2 days. If you have a large customer base, you're going to like pick 4 or 5 days. And there's, oh my goodness, that is a stopper. I did set something there. Whoop. Anyway, wasn't the right one. But anyway, so pick a date and then plan to do that nearly every year from then on, because it becomes repetitive and people begin to look forward to it. You're going to create a postcard, and you put value in this postcard. Now, this is my last year's one. I haven't got my new one set, and I knew it wouldn't show up on this because it's blurry. But there's some magic in the postcard, okay? And I'll get my Christy to fix a new one. You're going to want to just bullet point these. This is something that you want on your invitation, because there's value in this invitation. One, you're going to have a little date that says, bring this card to be entered into the grand prize drawing. Okay, that's one thing. Then it's also going to say swag bag. When I do for the first 20 that RSVP and attend, I'll go and get about 8 by 10 bags. You can get them, really cheap. Just don't go spend like for the all gorgeous ones, but you can find them at Home Goods or Walmart. You get just nice 8 by 10 size bags, and everybody that RSVPs, you put a gift tag on it and you write their name. And as they're RSVPing, you get them to commit. Are you going to come on Thursday, or are you going to come on Friday, if you have your different dates and times? In the swag bag, I always put something, a full-size product, whether I get it on the pink sale, or maybe it's something that I had left over from a limited edition, but something like that. I put company literature, I'll put a headband or something fun, or a pin, or just something. And sometimes all 20 of them have different stuff in it. One year they all were the same, but those are beautiful for decorations. And I know the larger your customer base and the more that you have attend your open house, you would have more. But my first one here, I had 20, and I thought those bags looked so pretty, and they all had the names on them. And when they came, the customers were like so thrilled to have it. That has grown. So the swag bag for their RSVP and attending really makes a difference. And on their card, you're also going to want $10 in free Mary Kay when you bring a friend, or for each friend you have. And then I put a disclaimer one year, because one girl, there's always one that brought, a girl with 10 kids, and she thought she needed to get $10 on each one of those purses. So then you put the little disclaimer, must be over the age of 18 and not currently have another consultant. So put that on there. Then you want to figure out when you're going to mail them. You want to mail them out. And this is snail mail. Right now, though, you would create it and you would start putting it in all of your sales bags, like every bag that you sell product between now and when you're going to send them out, like a month before, you're going to be given save the dates. And you talk it up. It's like the biggest event in your world, and you want everybody to attend, right? You're assuming the sale. So then you mail out your card a month before. You put it on your calendar. They're going out a month before, and then you do text and email follow-ups 2 weeks before, and then again a week before, and then again 3 days before, and then again. I know you over communicate this event, okay? And then a day before, you give that one more reminder for them to show up. And yes, like I said, I do it mine virtually. When everything's put together, I go ahead and do virtual appointments. I'll even set times, like I'll have a time for my people that are away from me, that this time slot, like on Saturday morning at whatever, early, like 9, that's when I'm gonna do in a Zoom and we'll do virtual. Okay, so you can be real smart on that. Keep your wrapping very simple and themed. I don't have this stuff this color and this stuff this color. It's easier to buy in bulk when you keep your colors real simple and just real pretty. And then this is something that's really helped me sell more in my open houses. If they buy multiples, they get a little discount. For example, so if you buy one satin hand set, it's $36. If you buy 3, they are 3 for $99. So there's a savings for the buyer of $9. And I do that on several things that are bulk. Well, all things that are bulk, like you want to buy multiple of oil-free eye makeup removers, hand creams, eye gels, matte, all of it. You can figure out your little price, what your little special is going to be if they buy bulk. Okay. And then I make tent cards because people will start milling around. They won't know the things about the product. And so I use lookbooks to show descriptions and incentives there. But also you can make little tent cards, fold them over and cut out the things, the description words off the look and paste it on there. So having the tent cards they can be kind of self-shopping instead of you having to prowl around with them. You can also put product fact sheets out, and that helps them know what the benefits are of the products that you got out. Putting before and after pictures by certain products that we have that make a big difference, from mascara, different ones that give different lash lengths and stuff, to all of your, time-wise repair, microdermabrasion, clinical solutions, all the before and afters that we have those out where people can see the difference if you're not there to help them shop. Have a product test station. Maybe you're going to let, I put that on my invite too, that they're going to be a new product test station. So they'll be the first to see whatever is the newest that's available when you have your open house. I always have a steals and deal table where the products that going bye-bye, the discontinued, or I have a few left over of this or that. It's a steal and a deal, just so that volume of product leaves my house. And then a booking bonus table where you've got something phenomenal for them to book a party from your open house party. Now, refreshments. Let's talk about that real quick before my time's up. This I have done so wrong. There was a bakery in Midland, Texas, and it was a Spanish bakery. OMG, I still miss her, because my open house, the fun part, when they didn't come, nobody came, guess who ate the cookies? My kids are even like, Mom, we need the cookies from this bakery. I was like, I know. So what I've done here, because it really was about me eating the cookies more so than anybody coming to my house for the cookies, I do little bottled waters and little portioned out snack bags, Ziploc snack bags. You can just, or cello with a bow, whatever, but portion out like trail mix, or I don't know, just snacks. You can figure those out. But and then maybe I did this a couple of times since I've lived here in Granbury, is go to Costco. They have Junior's cheesecake. Oh my word. So if you need something to be happy about holding your open house, look forward to having your Junior cheesecake time. But keep it really simple. Decorations, I have never put up a Christmas tree to get ready for the open house. You don't need that. You don't need that. Festive music, you can, get you some bells, be the bell girl and play some Christmas music, but keep it so simple that does not take your time and energy. Your time and energy goes to communication to get people there. That is your number one goal. It doesn't matter how you tie your bow. You want to have product, figure out how to get your product. You need some product to show. If you don't have a big inventory, you're going to do a few things wrapped, and then you're going to sell in order. But if you can invest in some, it will benefit you, and you will sell bigger, because people will come in and they'll go, I need 14 of those, and you're like, great, I've got them. So when you have your open house early enough, you can ask the question, could you take one today and leave these here for my show? And then I'll get the rest of them to you. When do you need them? By the 1st of December? Great. I'll have all those for you. So it gives you room to be a bigger business person without a time crunch of selling on December 22nd, 23rd. Okay. So I love the holidays up in the top part of the season instead of at the crunch time at the bottom. But the trend right now is that's going to be big this year. And I heard it from Kristen Sharp. The trend this year is that our consumers are going to be looking for things that are of great value. So when you're looking at what you're doing, like when you're helping them buy multiples, they get a special. Start saying things. My products are of great value. My services are of great value to you. And that will be resonating through what they're looking for this year. But you do have such a gift to give when you help people have a better holiday because of your service and because of your great products. So anyway, one more word.
Thank you, Karen. You're so amazing, girl.
Grow. This is my word. Grow your business from a baby to a big business. And
Thank you, Karen. And one of the things I love is it's so important when you guys do open houses, do something like Karen said, if you bring a guest with you, you get such and such. If you bring a friend with you, you get such and such. For your customers, if you send your orders ahead of time, you get a special discount. So it is just not holding the open house, but it's also figuring out how to expand your business. And of course, everybody leaves with a pink bag. Remember those pink bags? I'm into the pink bags with Mary Kay information. You guys really, at every booth event I do, every trade show, every bridal fair, every booth event I ever do, I have a starter bag on display. Why? Because they want to see what they can buy, okay? So remember, wrap tag ready to go. I want to just thank all of our directors who shared tonight. I know we're a little over time for Hannah, 12 Days of Christmas. Katie, Baby Basket on the Go. Diane, businesses, Greta, also on the go, and all the things you shared on your top 10. And then, of course, Karen Cronover also sharing all that stuff too. We are going to put all this stuff on the director's Facebook pages, okay? So remember, it's super important, you guys. Don't just go down one avenue. Have a baby basket, do an open house, do businesses. You guys, there's so much out there. People spend money. If Hobby Lobby has Christmas trees up, you guys need to be prepared. I know it's October and we haven't even had Halloween yet. I get that, but let me tell you, everybody's out there. And men, they're so easy, okay? They're so easy. So make sure you get gift certificates made up ahead of time. Have 100 gift certificates wrapped with candy canes. They're going out with everything you do, okay? Super important. But I want to thank all of our amazing directors. Can you give it up for them? Thank you all for that. Of course, we will have this recorded. And I'm going to stop the recording.